Hey guys, this is Chelsea again. This week I'll be talking about potentiometers. A potentiometer is known as a variable resistor. So in this circuit I have a 3-prong potentiometer right here. One leg is connected to the positive terminal, which is this jumper cable right here. And then the middle leg is connected to the analog input of the Arduino circuit board, and then the other leg is then connected back to the negative terminal on the breadboard. I then have a 220 ohm resistor, which is here. On one end is connected to the negative terminal, and then the other end is connected to the negative terminal to the LED light, which is here. And then the LED light is then connected with this jumper cable to the digital side of the Arduino kit. And then I do have my negative and positive leads. So the negative one goes to the ground on the Arduino, and then the positive goes to the 5 volts so I can get power. And when I plug this in here, the potentiometer, when I turn it all the way up, it shows me that the LED light gets brighter and it blinks. And then when I turn it all the way down, the LED light gets dimmer. In this sketch, I'm using variables, and in this case, the variable is an integer. So the sensor pin is set to analog pin 0, and the LED pin is set to digital pin 13 for the LED light. Void setup is a function, and it only runs once. Pin mode is set for the LED to be an output, and void loop runs repeatedly after the setup. Sensor value equals analog is converting from digital to analog formats. The digital write high turns on the LED, and delay pauses the sensor value. Digital write low turns off the LED, and delay pauses the sensor value. And then from void loop all the way down, it repeats the circuit repeatedly. So in this circuit, I have the same setup, but all I did was take away the resistor and the LED. So on my Arduino software, I have a little help thing called serial port, and what it does is when I turn the potentiometer up or down, it varies between different voltages, between 0 and 1023. So it should look a little something like this. Right now the potentiometer is off or turned down, and when I turn it up, so this is what my software looks like. When I turn the potentiometer up, I should get some numbers varying between 0 and 1023. So when I turn it all the way up, I get just that number. When I turn it down, it jumps between those two given numbers. And this is what my circuit sketch looks like. Void setup is one function, it only runs once. Serial begin is actually setting 9,600 bits, and void loop is going to run repeatedly, and sensor value to analog is going to convert it digitally to analog, and serial print line is actually the varying numbers on my serial port, and delay is how quick it reads the different numbers when I turn the potentiometer up or down. I have another VEX tool, which is the VEX potentiometer, and white goes to the positive terminal, red is the power source, and black is the ground. So I'm still going to use my serial monitor on my Arduino sketch software, and when I turn the potentiometer all the way up, this is what I get, 1023. And when I turn it all the way down, it should start varying between 0 and 1023. So I'm gradually turning it down until I get to 0. And those are the numbers it should read from my potentiometer on the circuit board. In this objective 3, I have a VEX line tracker, which is right here. And what I'm supposed to do is, I still use my serial monitor, and I'm still using the void loop serial begin sketch. And this one, the white is connected to the positive terminal. The red is connected to the analog, and the black is going to ground. So when I put my line tracker over top of a black surface like this, my serial monitor is supposed to read something like this. When I put it over top of a white surface, my serial monitor goes down closer to 0 than it was when I had it over a black surface.